Welcome to another edition of For the Health of It. I'm your host, Corian K. Pad Paget, and today I have with me a Golden Eagle alumni, one of the greatest track and field coaches here in the state of Mississippi, Coach Myreon Sartin. Coach, welcome aboard.
Thank you, K. Pad.
Man, Coach, how you doing tonight or this evening?
I'm doing pretty good, man. Doing pretty good. Just chilling. Just got me a little bite to eat, man. And hey, ready to pop some knowledge.
All right. Well, Coach, before we get too deep into it, man, let's start off with your background, Coach. I just mentioned you are an alum from USM. Let's talk about your junior and senior year of high school getting recruited by USM.
Gotcha. All right. A little quick story in that little detour. I tell you what, man, I didn't start track, man, until probably like the middle of my junior year.
Mm-hmm.
There were about 2 track meets in after when I started my first one.
Right.
And it was all new to it, you know. I started out high jumping. Well, Coach came in the gym and seen me and another cat doing layups and a couple of dunks and stuff. And we had a teammate that ran, and he ran track, did high jump, and he came back in the gym the next year, and he's like doing 360s and windmills and all types of stuff. And I'm like, damn, dude, like where do you get all these odds from, you know? And so my old coach, man, Coach Osborne Holmes, he come in the gym. He's like, man, you want to jump like Quincy? And I was like, hey, yes sir. He said, man, I had you dunking all type of stuff. Just come run track. And I said, hey, I was sold from that day on, man. And so I went first year and I jumped like 6'2", qualified for state. And I came back my second year and I jumped 6'6". And I was kind of like an under the radar kind of guy, athlete. And Alcorn University actually gave me my first offer or whatever. And you know, man, coming from a small town, not a lucrative, not a rich family, we wasn't stacked in money or whatever. And
Right.
Mom was like, hey, the first thing come through the door, I ain't got to pay for college, you going, you know. So,
Right.
So Mom made that decision for me to go to Alcorn because it was like the only one on the table so far. So she was like, hey, go, because I ain't paying for nothing.
Right.
So that's why I went my first year, man. And after that, I went to Alcorn my first year, and then after that, I started kind of looking out for, I wouldn't say I didn't like Alcorn, but I was just looking for something more, as I say, like more competitive and like more sports. Well, focus on track. You know what I'm saying?
Gotcha.
A school that was like that had track in their interest, and I was like, hey man, USM might be a good answer. You know, my high school coach was like, I'm gonna get on the phone, I'm gonna call some people, man, and we're gonna see what's up. And he linked up with Greg Sprinkle, man, and he got in touch with Greg, and boom, I was the Eagle the next year, man.
Okay. So did you have to sit out that next year?
Oh no, I didn't. Actually, okay. So at Alcorn,
Mm-hmm.
we didn't have a indoor boys. We didn't have an indoor program on
Okay.
the team. So what that did for me was allow me to take a redshirt year at USM. And as I had an extra year indoor at USM, so that allowed me to kind of go. It kind of moved me into like the red shirt thing, because I didn't have an indoor season at Alcorn starting out. So they was like, hey man, you can actually do 5 years here because you didn't run indoor your freshman year, so that didn't count towards competition. But no, I went straight in, man. From over the summer and fall, I was locked in and ready to roll.
Okay. All right. Well, Myron, I got the USM 2010. Graduated high school in '07. Did my first 2 years at Gulf Coast. What year did you graduate high school?
I graduated high school in 2006.
Okay. All right. Good. So I got the timeline going in my head. So I get to USM in 2010. One of my good high school buddies is there. He's on the track team with you. And that's how we actually met each other. Mario Span. Shout out to Span. Span. Span was a sprinter, right?
Yep.
All right. And it's funny because you mentioned earlier how you were in the gym dunking and laying it up. Man, in high school, I never really seen Mario on the basketball court until one day in between track practice. He just goes into the gym and takes the ball, a couple of dribbles, and just boom, like just soars towards the rim and dunks it, and it looks so effortlessly, man. So the fact that you brought that up, I was like, man, that sounds just like Mario.
Dude, to piggyback off of that, we would play. We would we was in the bird, right?
Right.
So basketball is pretty big out there. So
exactly.
We would go on weekends and maybe some Saturdays, Sundays. We would go to this church or to like the YMCA, and we would hoop, man. And I remember playing in a tournament, and it was the track boys. We snuck in there. It was like, man, look, nobody just don't go too hard, don't get hurt. Blah blah. We gonna win this thing, we gonna leave.
Right.
So we out there hooping, man, and this Mario is backing the dude down, like, he's in the post, right? So this dude turns around and he's shooting a jump, a fadeaway. But the dude is, I'm like, man, I've never seen nobody do a fadeaway and the ball is at the rim. So I'm like, dude, like, bro, like, why you ain't dunking on these boys? Like, I was just so like fascinated with that because I've never seen nobody do a turnaround fadeaway jump shot and that high, and I'm like, dude, you didn't have to fade away, like,
right,
just man,
right.
And like, but he would always brag on his hops, and I was like, I don't know, Mario, like, I don't know,
Nah, bro. I could be a jumper if I wanted to, bro.
Yeah, that's him, man. That's him. And he was a triple jumper till his back went out.
Right.
But that day sold me on his top, man. I was like, yeah, this dude, he wasn't lying. I'm like, dang, this dude can leap, man. Like, this cat can jump, So hey,
real.
He sold me. He made me out a lot that day, man.
Hey, one more Mario story, man. I had Mario in a class my senior year for minority studies, and we're in the class, and Mario just starts talking about how he has a race at the barbershop. He was in the shop one weekend, and the guy was just talking major noise. Older cat, we 17, 18 at the time. This cat like 23. And he's in there just talking, man, I could beat y'all. So the barber says, hey, man, I bet you can't beat Mario in a race with the head start. And dude said, man, you crazy. They put some money on it, and then he was like, Mario, if you win, I'll give you X amount of free haircuts, right? So it was a Friday. We met up at the barbershop, and Mario gave the dude probably a 10, 15 meter head start to the end of the street, right? Man, when I say they lined up, first off, Buddy showed up, and he had on probably some forces. I can't even remember what he had on. Then he had on some baggy jeans shorts that he had to put a belt on, and a wife beater. So he looking like a duck, right? Mario shows up, starts warming up. Simple calisthenic warm ups, a couple bounces here.
Right.
They say on your mark, get set, go. Mario catches the dude before he even moves. Looks at him, Buddy pulls up and says, "All right, bro, you won." Man, when I say it was just so funny because I was like, bro, I don't know who this dude think he finna beat, but he ain't beating Mario, bro. Like,
right.
nah, man.
Bag of G's, dude. Okay.
Okay. Like Mario really did this stuff, man.
Right.
All right, man. I'm gonna have to reach out to Mario after this too, man. But moving on, man. So chat me up, man, about your college career. You did 5 years at USM, so chat me up about that.
Got you, bro. All right, so get there, man. It's like totally new. First of all, from being on the yard to being in the hood,
Right.
totally different vibe. But I still found some similarities in there. And so going into my first year, man, I'm just trying to get acclimated. I'm at this big school with these, all these new people, and just trying to find my way. First of all, so my first year there, first of all, like just going to the meets themselves, the different caliber, competition, man. It's
Right.
like, it was like, okay, cool. At Alcorn, track is track in college. JUCOs compete against the best of the best. So I kind of seen it, but now it really does kind of do with what meets you choose to go to. Because some meets, in college, you got, some of the lower tier teams, and then, hey, you got all, Texas relays, you got, Florida relays, you got all these type of different type of meets and stuff. And so, I get to USM, and I look at the schedule, man, and they got, Notre Dame on the schedule, and, they got all these teams like LSU and Florida and stuff like that, that we're going to, and I'm like, wow, like I'm really, like this is more like it, you know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like, this is what I envision being a college athlete, and going, right, getting on planes and going on getting on these charter buses and pulling up and seeing these big beautiful campuses and stuff like that, and then competing against the best in the world, basically. When you get dipped out in the SEC competition. So, my freshman year I get there, my first year at USM I get there, and it's kind of like a culture shock competition type of thing, but I ended up actually, man, getting the all conference USA my first year at USM outdoors. I remember going to El Paso, Texas, man, and I remember like riding to the hotel from the airport, and Mexico is like right there. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I'm seeing like across this highway is this big fence, and then they have like these shacks, this and that in the house. I'm like, wow, like this is actually Mexico. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
I'm looking, and I remember Coach saying, hey, nobody's out after 7:30, blah blah blah, this and that, do that, because it was, it get rough down there. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
In those areas. So, but it was cool though, man. We get to the track meet, and man, I'm nervous as you know what, bro. Like this is my first like conference meet, outdoors, and I just kind of don't know what to expect. All I'm doing is like just trying to stay calm. So what happened is, man, like this big dust storm happens, in the middle of us warming up, and no lie, man, that kind of calmed me down, because I'm like, now everybody's thrown off. You know what I'm saying? Now the field is kind of even now.
Right.
I feel like, because I was nervous, and I'm like, man, something. Like, and that storm just kind of slowed everything down, because it was a delay, and we all had to just go sit on the beaches and chill. So I come back out, I'm warming up, and my nose starts bleeding, in the middle of nowhere. And then due to, like, it's so hot, and, like, the air is dry, and altitude, and my nose just started bleeding, bro. So I'm just trying to pass my, trying to keep all that like concealed and like don't let nobody see it and blah blah blah. So get there, man, and I end up getting third place there at that meet, and just out of nowhere, I came into the meet rank like 8th on the conference meet, and nobody had no idea, what that I was going to get third place. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And to be honest, I had high expectations for myself because I knew what I could do. But I hadn't did it all year. You know what I'm saying? So,
right.
That kind of fingers in your mind too. But I just kind of pulled it together and boom, there it went. And ended up getting third place there. And that kind of jolted my confidence. And I second year, man, going into, over that summer, I'm hungry, man. I'm like, hey, man, I'm at the top of the conference, or not at the top of the conference, but I'm in the conversation.
Right.
And now I'm like, okay, second year, I hit up I go to my boy, well, he used to jump there at USM, Cedric Norman. He ended up jumping 7'6", and I think he was qualifying for Olympic team. Cedric was a pretty good dude, and he didn't mind sharing information, and he kind of helped me out. He gave me a lot of workouts to do over the summer, man. So I stay in Hattiesburg. I'm like, I'm not going home. I'm staying on campus. I'm gonna train a little bit, and so come around my sophomore year indoors. Come back around and I get. I think I get second this time around, and so I bumped up a notch. And actually, the height was tied I was tied. It was the same height as the number one guy, as the champion, the conference champion. But I had one more miss than this guy did, man. So that was the difference from being, a conference champion to second place, bro. Yeah, man. And I'm like, dang, like, and the crazy thing is, bro, like, this guy had never jumped. I don't think he even jumped until then. And I'm like, what did this kid? So I'm like pissed off with myself, like, what did this kid come from? Like, like, dang, man, I had this. And the same thing, the same scenario. I was ranked 6th in the conference going in, and ended up, almost winning this thing. And my boy Leonard, he's from Jamaica, man, and he would give me the name Leap. and he would, and I remember him texting me. It was like, man, like, dude, I don't know what it is about you, but when you are a big time jumper, like when it's like pressure is on, like you kind of answer the bell, So I was, I kind of had that reputation going forward, like, cause my coach would be like, man, we should just like let you come in at 6'10" and cap, your first jump, cause they like, the pressure's on, you will do it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So they was like, the kid coming in at 6'4" and 6'6" and 6'8", man, like, let's just come in at your PR and go get,
right,
whatever. So that was conference indoors, and that year, man, I think I overdid it as far as training. And that's a big thing, man, with competing kind of at your potential, man. You have to take time off, and you have to prioritize recovery and things like that. And because actual recovery is probably hand in hand with training. It is.
Right.
With some people, it's
well. Now that you say that, man, the four, the health of it, man, isn't just for just to be there. It's kind of like a double entendre, man, and it goes mindset, movement, nutrition, and recovery. So that's right. What the 4 means, are those 4 things I just said. So yeah, recovery definitely plays a part into it, man. And not to cut you off, man, but let's skip forward, man, to your final year at USM. Chat me up about that.
Got you, man. All right, so final year at USM, man, it's 2011, and we just got in. Actually, now this is my redshirt year that I didn't, my indoor year that I didn't get with Alcorn State. I got, this is my last indoor. I didn't have an outdoor season going in, and my last indoor season we got a new coach come in, Coach A, and he's from Romania, man. And he brings in this philosophy, and it's based on technique first of all. Well, basically being healthy first of all,
right?
And then the technical aspect, and then it was the intensity part about the intensity part about things. And man, this guy did wonders for our group, man. I if I'm not mistaken, I'm pretty sure everybody in our group that trained under him PR'd, in that year that he was there, man. And I'm not saying that he was just like the magic carp, but this guy, the mindset that we had under him was, yeah, you won, but you didn't win the right way. You know what I'm saying? And that would be like going to, like we would jump, boom, we would hit a jump or hit a run, and we, I'm getting up like, oh yes, I cleared it, and he's over there looking like, God damn it, I'm like, dang, you know what I'm saying? Right. And I'm like, okay, let's go, let's try it again, this and that, but and it actually pushed us all, man, and it brought out the best in us all to be like, hey man, like, even though, we might won or got a good spot, but it's always something we can improve on, and to get better, and he brought that out of us, man, and we had a great year that year. That year, man, a lot of jumpers went to nationals. The girls did real good that year. I think they finished like top 10 in the nation that year, man.
Wow.
It was that was a pretty, and it was fun, and this guy would go, hey, if he would back you up, like, man, if he wasn't shy about, protecting his athletes, basically. So, we was like, okay, this guy's, he's going all out for us, then we're gonna go all out for him.
Right.
So that made it a fun experience there, and that was a pretty good year, man. Pretty good year last year.
All right.
Yeah, I learned a lot from that dude. A lot of things that I do today, man, I can credit to Coach Adrian, man, especially in the technical part of things. Being technical, man, let the natural talent take over.
Right. Well, hey, you mentioned learning a lot, man. You are a coach now, and so chat me up, man. How long you been coaching over at your home school, TylerTown?
It was 2014 when I started like volunteering there.
Okay.
Under Coach Zach Fortenberry.
Mm-hmm.
I think he had put together. Well, this is my 6th year here.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, yep. This is my 6th year here. So, I started back in 2014, and just kind of coming out, man, and helping, because I was coaching in St. Louis at a Division III school called Fontbonne University.
Okay.
And the kids had just won a championship, and I was trying to kind of do some recruiting, like, hey man, like trying to get some of them boys up there in St. Louis to run, give them an opportunity to run at the next level.
Right.
I just kind of chopped it up with him, man, and I was like, man, and a couple of days later, it just dawned on me. It was like, man, go home and help those kids, and give back a little bit, and I was like, man, I'm gonna do it. So I called him like, hey man, you got a spot? He was like, yeah man, we're glad to help you. So I had a little side job, and kind of and helping out with the track team. And then about 3 years into that thing, man, he was like, man, I think you could take the team a little bit farther with what you know and what you've been through and what you've seen. And he was like, I think the program will be in great hands with you. And he had other aspirations too, and what he wanted to do,
right?
Career based, and it was a perfect handoff, man. And I've been there, ever since as the head coach. And hey, man, it's been lovely, man. So.
Good deal, man. Well, chat me up, Myron, about I mean, because just to be honest, man, let's just go ahead and address it. You've been winning basically ever since you've been there. So you've been doing a phenomenal job, man. No matter what division you're in, 4A or 3A, and then and just to show that it's not just about the division that you're in. When you go and compete at the bigger meets, your guys are right up there. Your relay teams are right up there, and it shows. So it doesn't really have much to do with the division that you're in. It's just that you are a pretty good coach. Phenomenal coach. I don't want to undercut you or anything. So Myron, I want to ask you, man, before we actually started recording, we were talking about relay makeups. You said Wilkins. I ain't gonna drop the schools, but a certain school had put their 2 fastest guys at the 2 and the 3. When you're looking at a relay, let's say you're looking at the 4x1. Chat me if you would. We're gonna talk about the 4x1, 4x2, and the 4x4. On the 4x1, 4x2, and 4x4, if you got the ideal situation, say so you got your ideal situation, all your horses are available to you in every race. What guy are you putting where? So you got your top 4 fastest guys. Where are you putting them in each relay?
Gotcha. All right, man. So this is I'm gonna drop some gems, man. This is my philosophy. How we kind of do things. I think I have the best, most composed. I'll say I have the most composed kid. At the start. And why I say that is because you can't run if you false start.
Okay.
So your first leg, man, especially in that 4x1, man, that speed, that aggressive rate, you have to be composed. And and I would say I put my guy that's the quickest, that has the quickest probably 0 to 10 block starts. I try to put him on first leg.
Okay.
And then coming on around to second leg, right now I have Jeremiah Dillon there. So this kid is a 10-7. I put like my second fastest kid on second leg, right? And what that does, and then I open him up. So he's running about 110, 105. And first leg is running about a 95. So I'm putting my second fastest kid and probably second fastest kid in the 200, 100, or 100, whatever. He's on that back stretch, man, and he's gonna blow that thing out. He's gonna either catch everybody or extend the lead or extend the lead.
Right.
Okay. My third leg guy would be another good turn guy, a guy that can actually get and give the baton in that order, and just run, be a good curve runner. And then I'll go around to my fourth leg, which is probably the fastest guy on the team. And that's because, hey, you never know where you're going to be. You might have a botched handoff somewhere, and you get behind, and, that guy needs to be able to, make up the stag on everybody, or, go win the race for you, you know what I'm saying? And you got to have a little dog do it, too.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah. most definitely.
Okay.
So a lot of times, let's say back in the days, like let's say when 2007, 2017, 2018, we would put our 110 meter, our fastest 110 meter hurdle on there. And, because those hurdles, man, they have to be quick out of the blocks and, quick feet and stand up, you know what I'm saying? So it has to be some type of correlation with what you're trying to do. When you start the race on a 4x1, you want to be quick out there, and then, hey, he might not be the fastest kid, but he's not running the longest leg. He's running only a 90 or 95. So he can beat everybody else to 90, but he might not can beat them to 100. But
Right.
He's not running.
Right.
He's running 90, and then the second fastest kid is going to take this baton before your other kid gets the baton, and his momentum, he's gone. You know what I'm saying? So, now, what happens is those short races, you may be coming to make, but you may run out of track. You know what I'm saying? So Go ahead and blow it out there, and hey, look, come catch me. So that's how I like to do it.
Okay. Well, hold on, Myron. We go. I've been getting a couple criticisms from my wife, so I'm gonna cut this episode short, and I'm gonna bring you in for episode 2. This has been the first episode of For the Health of It, featuring Coach Myreon Sartin.